Hello students, I'm going to explain you the linked list program where I can insert an element at the beginning of the linked list. I can insert an element at the rear end of the linked list, or I can insert an element at a specific position inside my linked list. As we all know that linked list is a collection of zero or more number of nodes. A node has two parts, a info part and a link part. Info part contains the actual information or the data that has to be processed, and the link part will hold the address of the next node inside my linked list. Now when the link part can hold the address of the linked next node inside my linked list, it has to be a pointer variable. That is, both info part and link part are heterogeneous elements. When I want to make them as a single unit, I use the structures. So I define a structure by the name node and have info, and I declare info as integer and the link part as struct node, because the link will hold the address of the next node, and the next node is represented as a structure, and asterisk mark denotes that it is a pointer variable. Each time when I want to define pointer variables, I have to write struct node star. Instead of writing such a lengthy statement, I write node in capital letters using typedef. Now I have the getNode function. In the getNode function, I declare a pointer variable x, which can store the address of the memory allocated for a node. I do not precisely know how much the structure holds the space or what is the size required for that structure. For that reason, I use the size of function and I pass struct node as an argument to that function. It returns me the size required for that structure, and I pass that size as an argument to the malloc function. The malloc function will allocate the required amount of space in the computer memory and return me the address. I am going to assign that address to the pointer x. Now the data type of that pointer variable x is node. Hence, I am explicitly typecasting it with the help of the node. After assignment, I return the address which is stored inside the pointer variable x. I want to insert a node to the front end. Hence, I use the insert front function. In insert front, I declare a pointer variable temp. I call the function getNode. The getNode function, as explained earlier, will allocate the required memory for a node and returns the address. That address is stored inside the temp pointer. Now, inside temp's info part, I assign the item that has to be inserted. Because I am trying to insert the node at the front end of the node, the front node address or the first node's address is stored in the pointer first. So hence I am assigning the value of first in the link part of temp, and I return the value of temp. Now the temp pointer, which was holding the address of a node, will be the first node inside my linked list. So that has to be assigned to the first pointer. Next, I want to insert a node at the rear end of the linked list. I write a function insert rear which takes item and first as parameters. I declare two pointer variables, current and temp. I call the function getNode, which will allocate the memory required for a node and returns me the address. That address is stored inside the temp pointer. To the temp's info part, I assign the address, the item, which is the data that has to be processed. And to the temp's link part, I am assigning null because I am trying to insert the node at the rear end of the linked list. So it will be the last node inside my linked list. Hence, it is the last node inside my linked list. The link part of that node has to be null. Now, I check for two scenarios. If the first scenario, if my linked list is empty, that is, there are no nodes inside my linked list. How do I check that? When my first pointer is null, that means my linked list is empty. Hence, I check if my first equals to null, I return temp. The address of the temp, which is holding the address of a node, will be assigned to first in the place where I call this function insert rear. If that is not the case, that means my linked list is now having one or more number of nodes present in my linked list. Now what I do is, with the help of a while loop, I traverse the linked list until my current pointer will be pointing or will be holding the address of the last node in my linked list. For this reason, I first assign the address of the first node, which will be present in the first pointer, to the current pointer. Now, while current's link part is not equals to null, until it is not equals to null, I keep on assigning the address of the next node to the current. So current's link part will hold the address of the next node that I am going to assign it to current. So now current will hold the address of the second node. Again, if I check current's link part is not equals to null, if that is not the last node inside my linked list, this condition will become true. And again, I assign the address of the third node, which will be present in the current's link part, to current. This while loop iterates until my current will hold the address of the last node. When my current holds the address of the last node, the link part of that current will be null, making the while loop's condition false. So now I come out of the while loop. Temp is holding the address of the node which I am trying to insert. I will be assigning that address to current's link part. So once that is done, I will be returning the address of the first node to the linked list. Now let me explain how to insert a node at a specific position inside my linked list. For this reason, I take the data that has to be inserted as item, the position, and the address of the first node inside my linked list as parameters to the function insert position. I am declaring three pointer variables. Current. For current, I am assigning the address of the first node. Temp, which will be used to point the address of the newly created node, and previous equals to null. I am also declaring one more variable count and initializing the value to 1. The getNode function will allocate the memory required for a new node and return the address, and that returned address is assigned to temp pointer. Later, to the temps info part, I am assigning the value item, which is the actual data that has to be processed. And temps link part, I am assigning a value null. Now I have a condition. I'm checking for a condition where my linked list is empty. How do I say when my linked list is empty? When the value of pointer first is null, that means the linked list is empty. And if I choose the position as 1, because that will be the first node inside my linked list, I return the value of temp, which is holding the address of the newly created node. Because I am returning the value of temp, that will be assigned to the first pointer in the place where I am calling this function. So now that that node will be the first node inserted inside my linked list. If that is not the case, I check for the next condition. That means if my linked list is empty and I try to insert an element at second position, third position, or so on, that is not possible. When my linked list is empty, I cannot insert a node to any other position rather than the first position. That's why I check for the condition. If my first is equals to null, I print linked list is empty and cannot insert at position, and I return a value null. Now the third scenario, where I have some nodes inside my linked list, but still I try to insert the node at the very first position. So if my position is equals to 1, if that is true, the temps link part, the temp will be holding the address of the newly created node. To the link part of that node, I'll be assigning the address of the first node inside my linked list, and I return temp. Now the temp, which is holding the address of the newly created node, will be assigned to the first pointer in the place where I am calling this function. So thus making the first pointer to hold the address of the first node inside my linked list. If that is not the case also, that means my linked list is having some nodes inside my linked list. That means 2 nodes could be there, 3 nodes could be there, 4 nodes could be there, or n number of nodes could be there. And I'm trying to insert at a specific position. I check until my current does not become null and my count is not equals to position. I keep on moving my current pointer to that specific position. What I do is, first I assign the address of current to previous. So now my current and previous are both holding the address of a node, and current's link part I am assigning to current. What is there in the current's link part? Current's link part is holding the address of the next node. That node's address will be assigned to current, hence my current will point to the next node inside my linked list, and I increment my count. This happens until my count is not equals to the position. Later on I check if my count is equals to the position that I am trying to insert. Here previous I will be assigning the address of the temp, which is holding the address of the newly created node, to the link part of previous, and to the link part of that temp I am assigning the address of current. So thus I'm inserting the node at a specific position, and I return the address of the first node inside my linked list. If all of these conditions becomes false, that means I have entered an invalid position, and I return the address of the first node inside my linked list. Now let me explain the display function. In the display function, what I have to do is I have to traverse or visit all the nodes at least once and print the value of the info part there. For this to happen, I declare a pointer variable temp. Now, before I display, I need to be thorough that my linked list is not empty. If my linked list is empty, I cannot display the items or the nodes of my linked list. For this reason, I check for the condition if my first is equals to null. If my first is holding a value null, I print no elements in the list to display, and I return null. If that is not the case, that means at least my linked list is having a single node, or it can have n number of nodes. Now I want to traverse, hence I assign the address of the first node to the temp pointer. After assignment, with the help of the while loop, I traverse the linked list one after the other. If my temp is not equals to null, I enter the while loop. I print the info part of that particular node. After printing the info part of that particular node, now I have to traverse. I have to move to the next node. Where do I find the address of the next node? It is there in the link part. So I assign the temp's link part to temp. So now after that assignment, my temp will be holding the address of the next node in my linked list. Again, I go back and check for the condition. If temp is not equals to null. If it is not null, then I again enter the while loop. I print the info part of the temp, and I assign the link whatever is there in the link part. If there are more number of nodes, the next node's address will be present inside the link part of the temp, and I will be assigning it to temp. If it is the last node inside my linked list, then the link part will have a null character there. So null will be assigned to temp. Now when null is assigned to temp and I go back to the condition of the while loop and I check temp is not equals to null, that will be like null not equals to null, which will yield me a false result. So that means I have traversed all the nodes in my linked list, and I return the address of the first node inside my linked list. Now as we all know that when we start executing a program, the execution always begins from the main function. Let me explain the main function now. First, I declare a pointer first and assign a value null to it. Later, I am declaring three variables item, ch and position as integers. With the help of an infinite while loop, I am writing this program. As soon as because while 1 I have written while 1 always represents true, I'll be entering the while loop. As soon as I enter the while loop, a menu will be displayed. 1 for insert front, 2 for insert rear, 3 for insert position, 4 for display, and 5 for exit. Depending upon the choice that I enter, the switch statement will be executed. The switch statement, depending upon my input, the case statement inside my switch will be executed. If I choose insert front, case 1 will be executed, where I ask to enter the item. The item is read to the variable item, and I call the insert front function which I have explained earlier. Now once the node is inserted at the front end, the address of that node will be assigned to first, thus making the first pointer to always hold the address of the first node of my linked list. If I want to insert a node at the rear end, I choose case 2. Here also I ask to enter the item. I read the item from the keyboard and store it inside the variable item, and I call the function insert rear, which I have explained earlier. So in insert rear also I will be returning the address of the first node inside my linked list, which will be assigned to the first pointer. If I choose to insert an item at a specific position, I require two things. One is the actual data that has to be processed, and second one is the position where I want to insert that item. First, I ask to enter the item. I read that item with the help of the scanf statement and store it inside the variable item. Next, I read the position and store it inside the variable POS. And I call the function insert position. To the insert position, I am passing all the three things: the item that has to be inserted, the position at which it has to be inserted, and the address of the first node inside my linked list as an argument. If I want to display the items inside my linked list, I choose the option 4. Hence, case 4 will be executed and call the display function. When I have done testing all the three things or all the four things, I choose option 5 to exit from the program, where I have used exit 0. Let me build this program and run. Now I choose option 1, insert front. I insert 10. Again I try to insert at the front end itself. I insert 20. Again I try to insert at the front end 30. Let me display the elements. Now as you see, because I have inserted from the front end, the elements 20 and 30 are in a consecutive order. Now if I try to insert an element at the rear end, it should be displayed after the value 10. So I choose option 2 to insert from the rear end, and I try to insert the value 40. Let me display and check. 30, 20, 10 and 40 are displayed. Again, if I want to insert at the rear end, I choose the option 2. Now I try to insert 50. Let me display the elements. So see, 50 I inserted at the rear end, hence it is inserted after 40. Now let me insert an element at a specific or desired position. So I choose option 3. I want to insert 60 at a position 3. So that means after 30, 20, the 60 should be displayed and the rest elements should be displayed. Let me check it with the help of the display function. If you notice, 60 is inserted at the third position. Now let me check. If I give a wrong position, what happens? I choose option 3, that is insert at a position. I try to insert 70 this time at a 10th position, which is not legible or which is not correct. See, it showed invalid position. Now what happens if I try to insert an element at the first position? Let me choose the option 3. I choose inserting 70 at the first position. So I hope it has got inserted. Let me display it and check. Yes, 70 is inserted at the first position inside my linked list. So I hope you have understood how this program works. Now let me choose to exit from the program. I choose option 5 and I exit from the function. This is how the program works. Thank you.